and we've become addicted to noise, comfort, and distraction. Our thoughts are no longer our own. They belong to the feed, the scroll, the ping. But there's a growing movement of men, leaders, creators, and thinkers who are stepping away from all of it, not to escape, but to regain command. They call it monk mode. It's being adopted by CEOs, solopreneurs, creatives, athletes, and anyone who's tired of trading their attention for entertainment. After reading through dozens of articles, personal blogs, research papers, and watching hours of interviews, one thing became clear. Monk mode isn't about working harder, it's about working wiser. And there are 5 consistent, powerful truths that kept surfacing. Practices and principles that form the foundation of this way of working and living. Let's break them down, one by one. From the moment you wake up, you're bombarded with inputs. Notifications, emails, messages, algorithm-driven content, endless to-do lists. The average person touches their phone over 100 times a day. Each interruption seems small, but together they create what researchers call attention residue, mental leftovers from previous tasks that make deep focus nearly impossible. Think about it. You sit down to work, but your brain is still lingering on that message you read 5 minutes ago. You switch tabs to check a notification, and now your mental momentum is gone. You start again, but it's shallow, fragmented, distracted. This is the default state of the modern mind, and it's why so many people feel busy, yet empty, tired, but unproductive. Monk mode exists to break this cycle. It's a conscious rebellion against noise, a system designed to help you reclaim clarity, intention, and control over your day. Finding number 1. Intentional isolation. This doesn't mean becoming a hermit. It means deliberately creating mental and physical space where your focus is protected. In every CEO or thought leader's account, this shows up in some form. Jack Dorsey isolates his mornings for deep strategic work. No calls, no meetings, no messages. Writers like Ryan Holiday retreat to remote cabins or use phone lockers to block access to distraction. Creatives and solopreneurs often block out entire days of the week where they don't engage with the outside world at all. This level of isolation isn't about hiding, it's about honoring your attention. Imagine giving yourself 3 to 4 hours a day where your only job is to think deeply, create without interruption, and stay present. Not checking social media, not responding to every ping, just doing the work. It's in that uninterrupted space that your mind can finally breathe and start building ideas with substance. Monk mode starts here, by removing the noise long enough for clarity to emerge. Finding number 2. Systematic elimination of distractions. There are 2 types of distraction: external and internal. External distractions are obvious. Social media apps that reward impulsive checking, notifications that interrupt your flow, emails that demand your attention but offer little value. Monk mode solutions block social sites using tools like Freedom or Cold Turkey. Turn off notifications. Yes, all of them. Set communication windows where you check email only once or twice a day. But internal distractions are deeper. They come from your own habits. The itch to scroll when work gets hard, the anxiety of missing out, the urge to multitask. That's why monk mode also encourages meditation, journaling, and mindfulness, tools that help retrain the mind to sit with discomfort instead of escaping it. By mastering both forms of distraction, you create the conditions for actual flow, not forced discipline, just sustained presence. Because focus is not just about subtraction, it's about intelligent subtraction, removing the unnecessary so the essential can emerge. Finding number 3. Structured time management and energy cycles. They don't wake up and ask, what should I work on today? They already know. And more importantly, they've designed their schedule around their energy, not just their time. Time boxing. This technique involves assigning each hour of your day to a specific task. Even leisure time is scheduled. Cal Newport uses this religiously. By mapping out every hour, he removes decision fatigue and creates psychological pressure to follow through. Pomodoro method: 25 minutes of deep focus, followed by 5-minute breaks. After 4 cycles, take a longer break. Simple but powerful. It trains your brain to enter and exit flow states without burnout. Monk mode. Mornings. A consistent pattern. The first 2 to 4 hours of the day are sacred. No meetings, no email, just high-impact work. This aligns with natural energy spikes in the morning, especially for cognitively demanding tasks. These structures don't restrict you. They liberate you from indecision, overthinking, and procrastination. They create a stable rhythm that protects your energy and allows for deliberate effort instead of reactive hustle. Finding number 4. Mental clarity and emotional stability. You don't just become more productive, you become more grounded. Deep work is a spiritual discipline. It requires presence, patience, and inner calm. And when you do it consistently, you start noticing changes. You sleep better because your mind isn't cluttered with open loops. You feel calmer because you're no longer scattering your energy. You trust yourself more because you're keeping promises to yourself. It's no surprise that CEOs and thought leaders are so protective of their mental space. When your livelihood depends on making sound decisions, emotional clarity becomes a business asset. You can't fake clarity, and you can't rush it. Monk mode trains you to slow down your nervous system, to stop chasing dopamine hits, to replace noise with silence. And in that silence, you discover your own voice again. That alone is worth the effort. Finding number 5. Balance, boundaries, and the exit strategy. Every article and first-hand account I found emphasized the same truth. You need a sustainable rhythm. That means taking real breaks during the day. Walks, stretches, meals, sleeping at regular hours, saying no to overwork, even if you're on a roll, reconnecting with people, hobbies, and nature. Even the most disciplined leaders don't work like machines. They work like craftsmen, with deep effort and deliberate rest. Stoic philosophers like Seneca and Marcus Aurelius believed in rhythm, in alternating action with stillness, in knowing when to withdraw and when to engage. So, the goal isn't to live in monk mode forever. It's to use it strategically, for a week, a quarter, or a specific season of life. Then, exit with grace. The return to balance isn't a failure, it's part of the discipline. Most people don't lose because they lack talent. They lose because they leak attention. In a world that profits off your distraction, focus becomes your superpower. CEOs protect their attention like gold. They invest it only in high-leverage work. They withdraw from shallow tasks. They build mental moats. You can do the same. Monk mode isn't about becoming someone else. It's about removing everything that's not you. When you finally get quiet, when the noise fades, you remember who you are, and you start building from there. This is what monk mode offers: a return to clarity, a system for doing meaningful work, a structure that supports your best self. Not forever, not perfectly, but intentionally. Even 1 hour of deep, undistracted work a day can change the trajectory of your life. And if you repeat it long enough, it will. Have you tried monk mode before? Or maybe you're thinking about it now. Let me know in the comments. What's the biggest distraction you're ready to eliminate? And if you found this helpful, share it with someone who needs clarity more than another productivity hack. Like, subscribe, share. This is Regal Contour, where we don't scroll, we sculpt. And if you're still figuring out who you really are, there's a video on that. Check the description when you're ready.